qualifying games so far, with Israel having already guaranteed their spot in the final round by virtue of winning all 4 of their games to date. So they top Group A, but Romania are right at the bottom. Unfortunately, the fate of Romania hanging by a thread. We know a defeat today against Israel would see them eliminated. So Israel at the top, Poland in 2nd position, and Spain in 3rd. So all games in Group A being played here in Gliwice in Poland. As the Israel side are just introduced. Full of confidence are the Israelis. The last time these two sides met was pretty much 12 months ago exactly. It was all the way back in February of 2020. And Israel got the better of Romania, 87 points to 63, thanks to 21 from Denny Avdia and 17 from Jake Cohen. As for Romania, well, they won't be coming into this game with any confidence whatsoever after the last qualifying window back in November last year, where they were absolutely blown out by Spain. They lost by 53 points in that game, 94-41. And then 2 days before that game, they lost by 30 against Poland. So, yeah, 53 against Spain and 30 against Poland. So, no doubt that they will not be feeling particularly good about life at the moment on the court, Romania. But who knows, can they spring a surprise here today? So the 2 teams have been announced, and we can just pause momentarily for both the Romanian and the Israeli national anthems. So national anthems complete, and just 5 minutes or so away from tip-off. Of course, such a shame not to have fans inside the stadium here, but you've got to give a huge amount of credit to everyone involved just for getting this game going ahead and getting the majority of the qualifiers, not just in Europe, but in all the other continents as well, going ahead as well. A lot of hurdles that have had to be jumped, but yeah, well done to all the various countries and organizations and FIBA itself for getting these qualifiers to go ahead. We've just had a look there at the 3 officials for this one. We have Igor Mitrovsky, Boris Krajcek and Git Jacobs from North Macedonia, Slovenia and Belgium, respectively. You kind of look at the stats coming into this game, and it's pretty difficult to see a way that Romania can win it. As we just have a look at the Israel starting 5, Tamir Blatt there is someone to very much keep an eye on. He is so talented with ball in hand, Tamir Blatt, averaging 8 assists per game so far in the qualifying campaign. There is their coach, David Odets-Kitac, who's been in charge a little while now. Romania, who of course qualified for EuroBasket back in 2017. By virtue of Romania hosting it, they were able to play their group games in Cluj-Napoca. And although they did make it through, they certainly were entertaining to watch, that is for sure. I had the pleasure and the honor of actually being in Cluj for those matches, and yeah, they were a really fun team to keep an eye on. And this is their starting 5. So the bad news really for Romania is that they are missing a few today, but they still have the likes of Bobe Niculescu there. There is Tudor Costescu, the head coach. Yeah, they're missing the likes of Chris Richard, who is such a big part of their offense. He leads the way in qualifying with 14 points a game. Well, I suppose Romania's main hope here has just got to be that, well, Israel have already qualified. Are we going to see a slight dip in their intensity levels? You wouldn't have thought so. But Romania need a minor miracle, well, possibly even a major miracle, to make it through to the final round of qualifying. I'll just run you very quickly through the permutations here in Group A. So Israel have already qualified for the final round. Poland, who take on Spain later today, they would qualify with a win if they beat Spain. Poland will also qualify for the final round if Romania lose here to Israel. And Spain have also already qualified for the final round. So Romania would be eliminated if they were to lose here today. Of course, Romania would have loved this game to be played back in Romania in front of a full house there. The crowd roaring them on, but not to be. What can they find here against a mightily talented Israeli side? Both of these sides will play again on Sunday. Romania will take on Poland, and Spain will play Israel. As I said, though, it's difficult, really, when you look at all the stats coming into this one. Israel pretty much ahead in every single department. Their 2-point field goal percentage is way higher than Romania's, 56% to 41%. Their 3-point field goal percentage is 10% higher. Their free throw percentage is 18% higher. And an immediate steal And an immediate foul. Really going to have to try and keep the turnovers to a minimum this afternoon, you would suggest, Romania. Ziv inbounds, and disappointed to have missed it, but was able to grab his own rebound. Here is Tamir Blatt. Looks like he's got eyes in the back of his head, and already a no-look assist for Tamir Blatt. And there'll be plenty more of that to come as this game goes on. Remember to interact with us as well. Hashtag EuroBasket is where you can find us. Love to know your thoughts about who you think is potentially going to win EuroBasket 2022. I feel this first quarter is big for Romania. Can they just stay in touch? Dragost. Georgi lines up the jumper, can't get it to go. Defensive rebound by Toma Ginat. It's a nice pass. They have Menko all on his own in the corner if they can find him. Who was the last touch off? Looks as though it was off an Israel hand. And Romania will get the ball back. 3 yellow shirts all around him. Good intensity already on the defensive end for Romania. Here's Georgi. Nice idea, just couldn't quite keep it in bounds. Dragost. See quite clearly. Ball going out of bounds. And Yifta Ziv has turned it over. And just led with the shoulder. Right in front of the official. Good call. So Ziv called on his first foul. 3-point shot goes up, just a little too much on it. Another defensive rebound for Ginat. 3 rebounds already for the big man. And another turnover. Last touch again off an Israeli hand, and Romania will get possession back once again. It's been a little bit of a scrappy start here from both Romania and Israel. Neither side looking after the ball particularly well in the opening couple of minutes. Here is Dragost. Dragost drives inside, tries to lay it up high on the glass. We've still got 10 seconds here, Romania. Quick catch and shoot, but again, it's another one off target. And Ziv can bring them away. Now Tamir Blatt. Blatt's a great pass again. And an easy 2. Rafael Menko with his first points of the game. And Romania lead 4-zip. Thought about the 3, instead drives inside. Again, it's a difficult shot. And now the fast break is on. Great pass down the floor, but great transitional defense. And again, the last touch is off Menko. And Romania will get it back. These turnovers are really going to start frustrating Israel here. That's good defense. Just knocked it out of his hands. Still 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Yeah, 4 turnovers for Israel in not even 3 minutes. That is something they will fairly rapidly want to address as the 3 goes down from miles out. And Romania off and running. And after a slow start, Maciuca is the man who makes the first inroads. Georgie with the assist. It's Jake Cohen. Look out for Jake Cohen today. He had 17 points the last time these two sides met, and Tamir Blatt knocks down the 3. Just to wipe out the 3 from Maciuca just a few seconds beforehand. Yeah, Jake Cohen's been averaging 16 points per game so far in qualifying. Another 3. Another 3 goes down. All of a sudden, Romania have just began to heat up from the outside. And once again, it is Maciuca who makes it. And we're back down to just a 1-point game. Nice pass. And really heavy-handed underneath there. Should have been a pretty simple layup. And now trying to go coast to coast here on the fast break. But good transitional defense. Yevtaziv can bring it away for Israel. Now Menko with time to line up the 3. Count it. Raining 3s here in Gliwice early on. 4 turnovers each, though, in the opening 4 minutes. So it's not been the tidiest start, but certainly signs that both of these two sides are definitely warming up. Maciuca, that's a really good pass and an easy 2. Maciuca has started well. 6 points already, back-to-back 3s, and now a nice assist as well. And look at the assist just a second ago. So they'll get it from the side. Here is Ginats. Another turnover. Turnover number 5 for Israel. And now Romania looking to hurt them again from 3-point range. Great offensive rebound by Badiou. Maciuca just trying to get the ball into his hands at the moment. Another 3 goes up. Just comes up short. Another offensive rebound. And in the end, they're able to get the block. And now the fast break is on for Israel. Great pass, and Cohen does the rest. Jake Cohen off and running. Simple assist by Rafael Menko. So the lead is 4. 3 comes up short. Definite game plan here by Romania, just to get that 3-point shot away as often as they can. Tries to pass it into Cohen. This time he can't quite bring the ball under his spell. And turn it over once again here, Israel. But Romania just give it straight back to them, looking to try and find Maciuca. Menko, great work in transition. Badiou just knocking the ball out of bounds, and Israel will get it back, still with 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Really poor pass, trying to find Maciuca. Great work by Badiou. Tamir Blatt drives to the baseline, is fouled, throws it up, and it'll be the first trip to the foul line for the Israeli side. Spencer Weiss, Ben Carter, Roman Sorkin all now out on the floor for Israel. Ziv, Ginat and Cohen have checked out. Bogdan Popper is also in for Romania. So good work from the foul line for Israel. They lead by 6, 4 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Here's Badju. Now Popper. Badju again. It's a really good pass by Badju. And a very simple layup by Uta. And Romania are doing just what I said they need to do, staying in touch early on, and they'll get the ball back here as the last touch is off in Israel hands, and a chance to try and make it a one-possession game once again. I think it's always difficult in terms of motivation. It should be, of course, but especially when there are no fans, when you've already qualified like Israel have, just to try and keep that intensity level as it normally would be. Sure, everyone on the floor, though, just so happy and relieved to be playing right now. Well, so much of the rest of the world aren't able to do what they would normally do on a day-to-day basis. They're very fortunate that they can still play international basketball. Foul is called. So foul goes on Roman Sorkin. And Uta will head to the foul line for the first time for Romania. Only shooting the free throw at 64% coming into this game, Romania, as a team. Compare that to Israel, who are up at 82 and a bit percent, so quite a big differential there. So important that you're just solid from the foul line. Just pick up as many cheap points as you possibly can. It's good hustle from the Romanians, but in the end, foul is called. Diculescu, the man called on it, his first. Here's Carter. Sorkin, the little right-hand jump hook shot is a good one. Badju, need to try to go to work here. Badju, great defense, though. He's a little fortunate to keep hold of that one, Badju. There's only 4 seconds left on the shot clock here, so the three has to go up. Way too much on it. Can't blame Machuca for taking that one on, not only with the shot clock counting down, but also the form that he's been showing from the outside in the early stages here. Already knocking down 2, the foul, and 1. And it'll be a chance for a three-point play. Roman Sorkin, so difficult to stop. So a chance to try and push this lead to 7. Machuca called on his second foul. Puts them in the bonus with just about 2.5 to go in this first quarter. Badju. And that'll be a backcourt violation, so Israel will get it back again. Just tried to throw it back into Badju. Here's Carter. Now Dovrat. Shot clock's down to 4. Dovrat, oh, tries to throw up the alley-oop and was very nearly tapped in. But here come Romania on the fast break. Again, it's great transitional defense from Israel. They get the steal, goes coast to coast and makes the layup. Good work by Spencer Weiss. Got the steal and then went straight up the other end of the floor and made the two. And all of a sudden, they have quickly pushed that lead up to 9, have Israel. And Romania have called timeouts.
Dar să poată să dați pasele chiar la gura adversarului. Nu-i păcat de efortul ăla în apărare. Prinde mici, jucăm tranziție și devinde mici, a doua încolo de basket. Atacul următor, Nas, cu post-up. Atenție la pressing. Obe repui. Obe. Oba. Fă screen pentru Marcu. Te deschizi dacă nu poate, îl faci la Oba și hand-off. Nas, după cut la Nas, post-up și dacă nu, side pick isolation. Haide! 2-3 și! România!
So very passionate in that timeout due to Costescu, because it was Marcel Tenta who guided them through the EuroBasket campaign back in 2017. Had some health problems. He put so much into Romanian basketball, did Coach Tenta. Really nice guy, though. Just cared so much about it, and I think quite rightly just decided to step away in the end. So just over 90 seconds to go in this first quarter. Israel leading by 21 points to 12. Here's Mada. Nice bounce pass from Mada, and the foul is called again. It's Roman Sorkin, who they are really struggling to deal with. Just get him in that kind of low post position. So another trip to the foul line for Sorkin. 5 points so far for Israel's number 4. Comes up way short with the first free throw. And makes amends with the second. So for the first time today, it is a double-digit lead. Israel 22. Romania 12. Remember, if Romania lose, they can no longer qualify for the final round of qualifying. Badju comes inside, great block. And here they come again, Israel. Just moving the ball so quickly, but Roman Sorkin on both ends of the floor right now is causing havoc. Here he is again. It's good defensive possession, though, from Romania. They've got the steal and, in the end, draw the foul. That was the block just beforehand, the previous Romanian possession. It's so hard for the coach to kind of know what to say. I was mentioning in the the pre-game build-up that Romania are obviously coming into this off the back of two really heavy defeats to Spain and Poland. 53-point loss to Spain and a 30-point loss to Poland. Pretty difficult to pick your players up after two losses like that, I'd imagine. Good rebound by Diculescu. Kicks it back outside, thinks about the three, decides to take it on and nails it. Well, the three-point shooting at the moment is keeping them in it, Romania. Bobby Niculescu with his first points of the game. And that 10-point lead has fairly rapidly gone back down to 5. We've got 6 seconds left in this first quarter. Tries to throw it out to the corner and instead just throws it out of bounds. So Israel won't be able to build on their 22 points, and Romania will have 2 seconds to try and just get a shot away from about the half court, you'd imagine. Throws it up and can't get it to go. But on the whole, I think Romania will be relatively happy only being 5 points down there. The fact that they've already trailed by 10, but at the end of one, it's Romania 17, Israel 22. .67% from two-point range and just 28% for Romania. That is really going to have to change. Let's just have a look back at some of the best action from that opening quarter. Yeah, so there is a reminder to download the EuroBasket app. I'm sure you all have done by now, but it is available just to guide you through the rest of the qualifying process and, of course, the tournament proper when it eventually gets underway next year. So second quarter, Israel leading by 5. It's a great pass, and look at the amount of space that Weiss has to try and knock down that three. It'd be disappointing not to have made it. Eventually, Badiu can bring Romania clear. Here is Alex Ola. Coming onto the court for the first time today, Alex Ola. Another three goes up. The three-point shots just keep on coming. It's another offensive rebound as well by the Romanians. That's something Israel will want to try and sort out, because it's led to another three for the Romanians. Give them a second opportunity and they punish you. And then a foul down the other end of the floor. But Romania back to within just 2. Bogdan Popper, the man who made the three for Romania. .13 attempts already from three-point range for the Romanians. Made 4 of those 13 so far. Yeah, it's obviously a clear strategy that the Romanians have drawn up coming into this one. Just try and get that three-point shot away as often as possible. You obviously don't want to overdo it. You still got to pick your moments to shoot that three. Don't just want to start shooting it aimlessly. They've got to try and start rebounding better here, Israel. It's another offensive rebound. However, Romania turn it over. Gillespie, the man called on it, double dribble. As the three goes up for Israel this time, comes up way short, but this time they've got an offensive rebound. Nini, the man who brings it in, the very experienced Guy Panini. Best performance at a EuroBasket for Israel came all the way back in 1979. They managed to bring home the silver medal on that occasion. It was held in Italy. Eventually it was the Soviet Union who won the events, picking up their 12th title. Israel, as I mentioned, came runners-up. In the days when Mickey Berkovic was the man who was given the MVP that year. Arguably the greatest Israeli basketball player of all time. Here is Badju. Now Ola. Shot clock again, counting down to 4. The three goes up. Just couldn't quite get it to fall. And the lead stays at 6. Here is Ginat again. Nice bounce pass into Ginat, who I think he thought he was fouled immediately. Just had a look at the referee in front of him, but he was unmoved. Bogdan Popper. Popper was surrounded, but still managed to get it to go. And I think, much like Ginat down the other end of the floor, he may have thought that should have been an and one there. Great steal, Tudor Georgie. Another three, but this time comes up way short, and I think he just stepped out of bounds there, trying to bring down the defensive rebound. So Romania will get it back. They'll have another attempt here with, what have we played? Just coming up to 3 minutes gone in this second quarter. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Tried to pass it in to Ola. Again, it was just tipped out of bounds from Jake Cohen. So they've still got 7 seconds here, Romania. Trying to get it away, and does so. And he was fouled, so Bogdan Popper will head to the line and shoot a couple. Huge man, Bogdan Popper, 2 meters 13. Going for that high press, aren't they, the Romanians? But here come Israel. Tamir Blatt has all the time in the world just to line up the three and knock it down. Tamir Blatt is up to 6 points personal to go alongside his 4 assists so far. Again, the lead is up to 6. This will be a 2 if it goes. Foot was just on the line. Couldn't bring in the steal. He's a little frustrated by that, Yifta Ziv, but did well just to deflect it out of bounds. Romania will keep it. Georgie inbounds to Ola. Drives inside and another big block. Jake Cohen. This time, the man just saying, get out of here, as Ziv. Good ball movement, this from Israel. Here they come. Oh, it's really nice. Brilliant team play from the Israelis. Lead is 8. Here is Nicolescu. Nicolescu fading away and making the 2. So Romania already finding themselves in the penalty with 5 minutes and 41 seconds still to go in this second quarter. So there could be a number of pretty cheap visits to the stripe for Israel. Tamir Blatt makes them both and immediately heads to the bench. Pushes that lead up to 8. So Yamada back on the floor for Israel. Doing a good job, aren't they, from the foul line when they get there. 10 of 11 so far. Here's Ola. Nearly had his pocket picked. And it just came off the leg there of Jake Cohen. So Romania will keep it, but they only have 2.8 seconds left on the shot clock. So it's going to have to be a quick inbounds catch and shoot. Straight into Ola. Ola gets it away and knocks it down. Good work from Alex Ola. His first points of the game. And a really good steal. Straight into the hands of Ola. And here come Romania again. Going to try and perhaps make it a one-possession game. Went for the no-look pass. It just came off the leg. So Romania will keep hold of it. But really good steal initially, wasn't it, from Tudor for Metescu. And Israel have called timeouts.
We have a lot. We have a lot of turnovers. Keep it simple, we save them. And the big guys, when you roll, they are overwhelming, under control. We have to find the weak side. Get the advantage of the pick and roll and find the 2 passes. That's it, extra passes. Keep it simple. Now we have 3 to give. We can get easy. And box out.
Baseline out. Defense, baseline defense. Shoot.
Man to man.
Go, y'all.
Yeah, interesting just listening in to Coach Katash there. in the timeout, told his team a couple of things. One, they're giving away way too many easy turnovers. They've had 10 turnovers so far in this game, a couple more than Romania, and the other was to box out better, because Romania getting a lot of offensive rebounds so far. They've had 9 offensive rebounds in this game compared to Israel's 2. So a couple of things that he would like his side just to work on over the next 5 minutes or so of this second quarter. They still lead by 6. And a chance to increase that as a foul is called. Foul goes on Tudor Georgie. It's another trip to the line then, this time for Jake Cohen. Another big guy, Jake Cohen, 2 meters 10. Dad was a pretty good player as well, David. Played basketball at Haverford College. Great run forward. Oh, I think the last touch was off him as well. That's unfortunate. But it will be Israel ball. Ten turnovers apiece then. 4.5 to go. Israel leading by 8. Tipped out of bounds, so 8 seconds left on the shot clock here for Israel. And Israel call timeout. Just over 4 minutes to go in this first half. Romania 27, Israel 35.
אתה לוקח את הכדור, יאללה. תומר. אוקיי, רפי. רפי יוצא ועושה קרל. ים, אתה מקבל את הכדור, יפתח הולך לפה, אתה מוסר לתומר. מה שעשינו. רפי הולך על בן, and בן יופלר ים. מסתכל, או פה, או שוי יוסף. יוצא קרל. מוצאים אל. רפי, תתחיל את המוקדם.
So Israel still in possession here with an 8-point lead. Needs to inbound it quickly, and in the end did the right thing. Didn't have too many options forthcoming there, did Yiftaziv. And they'll get another 14 seconds on it as well. So that's worked out pretty well. Here is Mada. Pulls up, shoots the 2, was fouled, and we'll head to the line. Problem that Romania have had, because they went into that penalty so early on in this second quarter, with nearly 6 minutes still to go. There's just been so many visits to the foul stripe for the Israeli side, making them pay here, trying to push it to a double-digit game once again, which they do. So for the second time in the game, they lead by 10. The last time they led by 10, very quickly it was evaporated to just a 5-point lead. Romania came roaring back. Can they do likewise here? 14 of 15 from the foul line. It's good numbers for Israel. Romania shooting it well as well, but just not getting anywhere near as many trips. And they've turned it over. Good work for Israel, and here they come. Panini did well just to get back in transition there. Romania. Mada. Nini again. Now Mada again, who lays it up right on the buzzer. Thought it was a pretty good defensive possession there from Romania, but Israel make them pay once more. Playing really well now, Israel just beginning to get into their groove. They lead by 12, and Romania this time call timeout.
Ce poți să alegi? Mai bine fă-o dracu lui jump shot. Am să poate să pierdem minge după minge în atac. Cu deciziile astea de schimbă vergi, cu joci 4 bobe. Nu se poate. Bă bune, și ei ne plimbă, dați o ție de mămie, fără un pic de presiune, fără un pic de agresivitate. Pe pome.
Mai voi să stăm post ranul, nu urmează ranul nostru acum. Haide.
Up down, prima acțiune, down. Marcu, down screen, facem pentru Măciucă. Hand off, pas, Rareș, fă de marcaj, da? Pas, cobor și jucați cu Mirel hand off. Atenție la pressing, Bobe repui, nu, Mirel repui, Bobe pas screen pentru Marcu.
2-3 și! Hai băieți!
So once again, a rather impassioned team talk. Needs a response from his Romanian side here. Israel just beginning to pull away. Up by 12 with just about 3.5 to go in this second quarter. That's good aggressive basketball from Maciuca, who started this game so well. He had back-to-back threes. Really disappointing thing from a Romanian point of view is that he's only actually taken 3 shots so far in this game. He's made 2 of those 3. Misses both from the stripe. Here is Dovrat. Had an uncontested 3 there right from the top of the key. Decided to turn it down. Now the shot clock is counting down to just 2 seconds. That's a really good defensive possession from Romania, and here they come now on the fast break, but great defense from Israel. Last touch was off Israel, so Romania will keep it. And he knows they've really got to try and make every single one of those count. Just about snatched it away, didn't he, Mada? So still 19 seconds on the shot clock, just under 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Niculescu, oh, is very nearly able to bring the steal there, was Jan Mada. Tipped it out of bounds instead, and that shot clock is just counting down. There are only 7 seconds now for Romania. Every possession's so important when you start falling 12 behind. Try to spin it. Could he tip it in? Yes, he could. So in the end, they do get the 2 points. However, in the blink of an eye, the fast break down the other end of the floor. And Ben Carter makes a simple layup. And once again, the lead is back up to 12. 13 fast break points now for Israel compared to just 2 for Romania. Machuca lays it up high off the glass. Nice finish for Machuca, who's doing a lot of the hard yards himself here. He's up to 10. 4 for 5 from the field so far for Mihai Machuca. Here's Guy Pnini. Trying to throw it in, but this time it's Machuca with the steal. Dragost. Dragost again. Difficult finish. Very nearly got it to go with his left hand. Dovrat. Now Mada just slowing things down for Israel. Did well and throws it in with one hand, but Mirel Dragost is not happy with that. He was fairly convinced there was just a little push in the back. Maybe he had a case, but he's got away with it. As Roman Sorkin. Sorkin is up to 8, 3 for 4 from the fields. So Carter checks out. Yifta Ziv back on the floor for Israel. Dovrat also heads to the bench. Looks as though Spencer Weiss, the man who's come in. Big rebound by Jake Cohen. Biggest lead they've had in the game so far is 12. A chance to try and increase that here for Israel. Ziv tries to throw it into Cohen. Who was the last touch off here? It was off Badju, I think. So Israel keep hold of it. 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. 45 seconds to go in the first half. Three-pointers very flat, not too much arc on that. Offensive rebound though, Menko. Another foul is called. This one goes on Badju. Just giving away way too many fouls in this quarter. So Guy Pnini at the stripe, 37 years of age now. Been around for many, many years. Started his career 20 years ago, 2001. He's been with Hapoel Holon for the last 4 years. A regular feature at EuroBasket as well. Played his first EuroBasket in 2007. So the lead is up to 14. Uta. Now Diculescu. Shot clock is down to 4, so the three-point attempt goes up. Weiss brings down the rebounds, and they've got 10 seconds or so to try and have the final possession of this first half. Jan Mada. Oh, Mada has it stolen out of his hands. The shot from the half court is no good as the buzzer goes. And at half-time, it is Israel who are in control. Romania 31, Israel 45. Well, here are the stats. Israel just shooting it better in every department. 67 from two-point range, 38 from three, 94 from the foul line. 16 assists to just 9 for Romania. The one good thing Romania are doing is rebounding well, especially offensive rebounds, something that Israel will want to try and sort out in this half-time break. Machuca has been the shining light for Romania, 10 points for him, and Roman Sorkin leading the way for Israel. Here are the highlights from the first half. Make sure you're back in around 10 minutes time when the second half will get underway.
in the low block. But not a turnover. Through his legs. Well, this could be spectacular. Transition three. Got it! Fast break Showtime basketball by Slovenia.
To start, and they start with the ball. Alberto Diaz throwing it high, and what a start! Spain bringing the pain right off the opening bat.
Here we go. Lundberg off the iron, around and in. 26 in the game for Ife Lundberg. What more do you want from me, he says.
Franca off the screen, finds Coke, counters it home. Oh, that's a great find. Franca off the screen, on the money bounce pass.
Mladen, what's he going to do? Feeds it, Dusan Mladen nails the three! Has there been a bigger shot in the history of Swiss basketball? Ice running through his veins. You can see how much it means. Absolutely ice cold from the corner pocket, Dusan Mladen.
So welcome back, everybody, to Gliwice here in Poland, as Romania are taking on Israel in Group A of the FIBA EuroBasket 2022 qualifiers. Of course, Israel know that they've already qualified through to the final round, so the pressure very much off them, whereas the pressure very much on Romania, because they know that they have to win here this evening to keep their somewhat slim hopes alive of making it through to the final round. Israel and Spain have already qualified from this group, whereas Poland, who play Spain later on today, will qualify also. If they are to beat Spain, they will also qualify if Romania lose to Israel here today. So no doubt they'll just be keeping half an eye on this one to see what their fate entails. And so far, so good for Israel. Second half just about to get underway. They have a 14-point lead, 45 points to 31. Romania have done a pretty good job of just staying in touch, but just towards the back end of that second quarter, Israel really began just to put their foot down and began to accelerate away from Romania. So they're going to have to try and overturn a 14-point deficit to stay in the qualification campaign. Mentioned in the first half, but I'll mention it again, just a massive shout out to everyone who's been involved in getting these events on, these matches on, not just in Europe but all over the continents, to play all these qualifying games. I'm sure logistically it's been a bit of a nightmare at times. They've had to cancel some games last minute as well because of COVID protocols, but yeah, all credit to everyone involved, the players and various organizations, FIBA of course, just for getting this game and all of these qualifying games to go ahead. So the third quarter off and running, and it's Romania with the opening possession, trailing by 14. And it's an immediate turnover by Maciuka. And Tamir Blatt leading the fast break. Knocked out of the hands of Ginat. Jake Cohen. Tamir Blatt again, 5 assists, 8 points for Tamir Blatt. What a pass that is, and on the reverse, just couldn't quite make the layup. Judah Georgi. Well, this was a regular feature in the first half, and it looks as though it's going to continue in the second half as well. That three-point shot was a constant in the first half by the Romanians. And Bogdan Popper off and running with a nice shot to get us underway in the third quarter. Reduces the arrears to 11. And they've got the steal. Maciuka. Chance to make it a single-digit game once again here for Romania. Here is Uta. Good pass into Maciuka. Maciuka is fouled and gets the roll. And it'll be a chance for a three-point play by Mihai Maciuka, who, as I mentioned at the back end of the first half, has been a real shining light here for Romania. It's just the start that Romania are after in the second half. Still very young is Maciuka, only born in the year 2000. How old does that make you feel? So the 14-point lead is now a 9-point lead. Two things especially that Israel will want to do better in this second half. One is to cut down the turnovers. And the second is to rebound a little bit better than they did in that first half. really weren't boxing out particularly well. A lot of offensive rebounds for Romania. Israel have got it back here. I think it's an unsportsmanlike foul that's been called on Tudor Georgie. It's his fourth foul. No, it's just an offensive foul on Tudor Georgie. So Israel get it back. Tamir Blatt. Great pass across the floor. The three just comes up short. And a big, strong rebound by Badju. His fifth rebound today. Had a pretty good game so far, Badju. 5 rebounds and 3 assists for him. And then draws the foul down the other end of the floor. Excuse me, thought a foul was called. Just a really good block in the end. Throws it back out. The three-point shot is a good one. So a couple of threes already in this second half. This time it's Dragos Diculescu who knocks this one down. His first three-pointer of the game so far. Jake Cohen looks to respond with one of his own, which he does. So immediately wipes that one out. Great response from Israel. The lead back up to 10. Machuca, who was the last touch off. Ginat has allowed it to go out of bounds, but I think Romania have got the call here. So that won't please Israel too much. So Romania is still in possession. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. The three, looking for a third three-point shot early on in this third quarter. This time it's off target. Ginat. Cohen, the hook shot, no good. And a travel called on Machuca, so it'll be another turnover for Romania. Jake Cohen. Got his Israeli citizenship quite a while ago now, did Jake Cohen, was trying to take that shot somewhat off balance. It's Machuca again, who's very much the future of Romanian basketball, the likes of Machuca. 21 years of age in a few months' time. Nice disguise. Looked as though he was going to get the shot away, and he's done well, Jake Cohen there, but Romania have got it back once again. And the foul is called. Didn't help themselves, Romania, in that second quarter, that they ran out of team fouls with just about 6 minutes to go. So it was a lot of cheap visits to the foul line. Tamir Blatt. Ginat, good pass, and was all over him. It was Uta. few of the Romanian players just beginning to edge towards some foul trouble. Third foul on Uta. Tudor Georgie, 4 personal fouls. Tamir Blador, what a block that is from Uta. But they got the offensive rebound, but they weren't able to put it back. So the lead stays at 10, and here come Romania down the other end of the floor. Very nearly had it stolen out of their hands, but they get it straight back. That was a little lucky. And in the end, the up fake leads to the foul. And it'll be a trip to the line. Good work from the Romanians there. Jake Cohen not happy about something. This was the block down the other end of the floor from Uta. Got a big piece of that. And then the little up fake just sent both Cohen and Ziv flying. And then the foul eventually called on Ariel. So the lead back down to 8. Israel with no more fouls to give. Not the start to the second half that Israel were after. Would have wanted to try and put this one to bed as early on as they possibly could. Oh, the alley-oop, and it's thrown down with one hand by Roman Sorkin. What a play that was from the Israelis. Add yourself to the highlight reel, Mr. Sorkin. He's up to 10 points personal. Unsurprisingly, it was Tamir Blatt with the assist. Machuca. Another foul. Well, let's have another look at this. Down the other end of the floor, Tamir Blatt, just perfect pass into Sorkin. And that kind of play that would have got every bum out of their seats if there were fans inside this arena. You know, they've not shot the free throw well in qualifying so far. Have Romania down at just over 60%. And that is something that they will really want to try and improve. So 5 minutes played in this third quarter. The lead is just 9. Give to Ziv. Ziv drives in himself. Oh, just doesn't quite get the roll, but will head to the line and shoot 2. Good hustle on the rebounds. Ola. Well, the 3 from miles out, but it doesn't matter. Still knocks it down. Had a long time left on that shot clock as well. Just decided to throw it up, and that lead is just down to 7. Good pass inside and makes the 2. Roman Sorkin continues to have a good game. Up to 12 points personally. He's 5 for 6, though, from the field. Kicks it back outside. Try his luck again here. A little too much on that one. Can they just get a few stops down this end of the floor, Romania? Sorkin, well, they've got one there. Rebound by Bogdan Popper. Here is Diculescu. Into Ola. and draws the foul. So foul goes on Adam Ariel, who immediately then heads to the bench. Rafael Menko, the man back on the floor. Alex Ola makes them both from the stripe. Lead back down to 7. Very much staying in touch here, Romania. Doing a really good job. It would have been pretty easy for them to get their heads down when they went into half-time 14 down. Anything but. 4 seconds left. Ziv just has to shoot the 3, comes up way short. Very nearly grabbed the offensive rebound, but again, it goes into the hands of Romania. 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. Oh, great steal. That is not what Romania needed. No heroics from Jan Mada. Just make sure of the 2. Here's Badju. Ola lining up a long 2. Can't get it to go. Madar again. Foul is called. That was the steal just a moment ago from Mada. Just made absolutely sure with the dunk. So Diculescu called on the foul. A couple of free throws for Ben Carter here. Ben's dad, Mike, good basketball player as well, played 17 years professionally as a basketball player. 13 of those 17 years back in Israel. 3 from the corner, no good, and Sorkin with the rebounds. So the lead is 10 once again as Madar looks to try and make it 12. Last touch was off Badju, so Israel will keep it, still with 17 seconds left on the shot clock. We've got just under 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. And this time, Israel do turn it over. So can they finish this third quarter strongly here, Romania? Here's Ola. Can they just go into the final quarter with it just a single-digit game, perhaps? Well, they've turned it over with that one, and then the foul is called. Foul goes on Diculescu. So Yivta Ziv misses the first. Just 1 point for Ziv today. 3 rebounds, couple of assists as well. makes amends with the second, pushes the lead to 11. Another foul. Been a lot of fouls from both teams in this game. Mada called on his first. So this to get it back to single-digit game again. So Carter checks out. Israel 58, Romania 49. 90 seconds to go in this third quarter. Here is Sorkin. Now Yif to Ziv, needs some help, Ziv. Good pass into Sorkin, and Sorkin was fouled on his way up. So Sorkin will shoot two. Yeah, he's been so solid today. Roman Sorkin, both ends of the floor. A couple of blocks as well. Go alongside his 14 points. He's been really efficient when he's had the ball in his hands. 5 for 7 from the field today. That's brilliant defense, and again from Roman Sorkin, right on cue. The man to snuff out the danger. Here he is again. Into Mada. Mada deciding to line up the three himself, comes up short. Chance of a 2-for-1 here for Romania if they're quick. Dragos, now Niculescu comes up short with the three. Madar with the rebound, and Israel can just slow things down and try and have the last possession of this third quarter, leading by 11. To Ziv, it's a good pass, finds his man as well, gets the roll, and a nice way to end the third quarter for Israel. Roman Sorkin makes another two, he's up to 16. And at the end of three, it is Romania 49, Israel 62. While still outscoring them in every area, Israel from 2, 3, and from the foul line as well. Romania will be disappointed, just 36% from two-point range. They will really want to try and improve that. Here are the highlights from the third. Well, it's going to be tough, but Romania are still in with somewhat of a fighting chance. Trailing by 13 with 1 quarter to go. In a game they have to win to still be able to qualify through to the final round here. The other game in this group between Poland and Spain, well, that tips off in an hour and a half's time from now. So Poland will be watching, knowing that if Israel win this, Poland will join Israel and Spain as directly qualifying through to the final round without even having to worry about their game against Spain later on today. Wins already today in Europe for Serbia. They beat Georgia, Russia beat North Macedonia, Finland beating Switzerland, and Estonia beating Italy in a thriller after overtime, 105-101. Well, they've got to just keep believing here, Romania. You never know. Much bigger leads than 13 have disappeared in the final quarter of basketball games, that is for sure. Can they start well? Well, they've got a chance with the 3, and that's exactly what they do. The 3 is knocked down, and they get that lead back to 10. And then Israel off target down the other end of the floor. Romania have just allowed the ball to go out of bounds in the hope that it's their ball. But instead, Israel get possession back. Is Sorkin. Superb so far today. Roman Sorkin, 16 points, 6 for 8 from the field. Here's Panini with the shot clock counting down. Great pass, and another easy 2. Sorkin up to 18. The lead back up to 12. The difference there, those second chance points, shows how well Romania have done crashing the offensive glass. Oh, very nearly threw it out of bounds, but in the end just threw it straight into an Israel hand, and then down the other end of the floor. The big one-handed slam from Yifta Ziv. Out to the corner, lining up another 3. Similar place to the first 3-point shot they made in this final quarter. Last touch was off Romania, though, and Israel get possession back. This was the play just a second ago from Yifta Ziv. Saw Bobby Niculescu just at the corner of his eye, but didn't let it put him off. It's Jake Cohen. Now Guy Panini lines up the 3. Nothing but net as Panini knocks it down. And it is just what Israel wanted, to try and put this game to bed as early as they possibly could in this final quarter. They've stretched the lead to 17, and Romania call timeout.
Ăla nu poate da o pasă, voi nu puteți să comunicați. Ăla nu poate să facă o recuperare. Așa vă vindeți munca. Pe nimic. Nu faceți nimic să vă păstrați avantajul. Nimic. E bătaie de joc la adresa muncii voastre. Ce vă doare gura, mă, să schimbați? La plinii, ce vă doare gura? Vreau să executați odată cum trebuie down. Vreau să văd o execuție până la capăt, down, girare și după down screen. Vreau să să vii la risc pe site.
Bă, hai, tare! Voi trei și!
Renunțați, haideți, mă, hai! Tare, băi, și comunicare.
Looking a little anxious. Here's the Romanian coach. They trail by 17. Romania 52, Israel 69. Just over 7.5 to go. Pretty professional job so far from the Israelis, though. They knew that they had already qualified, but they've not let it affect their performance at all. Here is Sorkin. Now Adam Ariel. Ariel just comes up short with the three. No points so far today for Adam Ariel. Drives inside Badju, and then try to kick it back out to Niculescu, who is waiting. Just took an Israeli hand on the way through, so Romania will keep hold of it. 8 seconds left on the shot clock here. And they will turn it over. Struggled with his shot today, really, has Badju. Pretty simple travelling call there. But just 1 for 8 from the fields. 19 turnovers for Romania. Great pass, Panini. He's already made 1 3 in the quarter, and he might be thinking that he should have made a second. Had a lot of time to knock that one down. No good with that one, as Ariel is the man who brings down the rebounds. Here's Tamir Blatt. Nice pass inside, and Cohen just had the ball knocked out of his hands on his way up. Now Machuca. Machuca with another 3. What a game the 20-year-old is having. 18 points for Machuca, and he is 7 for 8 from the field. Absolutely brilliant. The lead is 12. Nice pass out to the corner and completely uncontested. Niculescu makes another. He's up to 8. That lead is back down to 9. Still plenty of time left in this one. Oh, Romania sensing a comeback.
הורדנו בהגנה, אנחנו נותנים יותר מדי ספרשן, או מאמרים יותר מדי, או שאנחנו לא יודעים מה עושים. תחליפו את זה, אם יש ספרשן, תחליפו. ארבע פתוח, זה בסדר. 4 פתוח זה בסדר. אוקיי? יש לנו, לקחנו 3 זריקות טובות, 1, 2 ו3, הכל בסדר. רק תישארו מרוכזים בהגנה. רפי, אתה הולך על פניני. 4 פתוח ותקרא את המצב. אם יש לנו שורט רול עם תמיר, יכדרר אליך, אתה יכול לחתוך ואז ייפתח. יאללה, בוא נתן את העבודה, אלף!
Well, it looked as though Israel had done enough to put this game to bed when they went 17 points clear, but Romania are still fighting. They have got that lead back down to just 9. And there's still just over 5.5 minutes to go in this game. Good ball movement, this from Israel, and a foul is called. Tamir Blatt has it stolen out of his hands by Badju. 10 steals apiece for Romania and Israel now. Good chance this for Romania to really start applying a little bit of pressure on this Israel side. Have they just got a little bit complacent here? And a really nice spin and finish with the left hand from Uta. We have a 7-point game. Another shot off target, but an offensive rebound from Cohen. And Cohen this time makes the left-handed hook shot. And Israel needed that just to stop the rot. Big disparity there, isn't there? Points in the paint, 34-18. Badju. Well, Badju has struggled with his shot today, but has made that one. Takes Badju to 7 and takes the game back to 6. He was 1 for 8 from the field until that three-pointer Badju. Cohen is fouled. Another foul that is called. So that puts Romania in the penalty with 4 minutes and 11 seconds to go. So a trip to the line here for Tamir Blatt. Blatt, who's got 8 points and 7 assists so far today. But it certainly, at the moment, doesn't look as though it's going to be anywhere near as one-sided as the last time these two sides met back in February of last year, when Israel ran out 87-63 winners that day, as Tamir Blatt misses both from the line. So the lead stays at 6. They will not be happy right now, Israel, the way that they've gone about things in this final quarter after going up by 17, remember. They're being outscored 16 points to 9 in this final quarter. Another foul. This time it goes on Machuca. So Tamir Blatt, after missing both free throws at his last visit, makes the first there. And the second. Just got to keep nudging that scoreboard here. Israel, just over 3.5 to go, leading by 8. So they're just about doing a good enough job to keep Romania at arm's length. Here is Tudor Georgie. Some 4 personal fouls, remember. Here's Georgie. Lines up the 3, just comes up short. Another offensive rebound for Romania. Been plenty of those today. Georgie thought about throwing the 3 from a long way out. Shot clock is down to 4, and Georgie's hands just let him down. And it goes out of bounds, and Israel have possession back. Here's Carter. Mada, it's a nice pass from Mada. Menko. Menko, really difficult shot to try and take on. Have they got the offensive rebound? Well, couldn't quite keep it in bounds, so Romania get it back. 2 minutes, 51 seconds to go. And Romania call timeout.
Foarte important e spacing-ul acum. Jucăm nas, back screen pentru Rareș. Foarte important e spacing-ul acum, da? Unul dintre voi le pune Măciucă, face screen între voi, oricare dintre voi aduce mingea, celălalt se duce pe partea cu Rareș. Faci la Rareș, Rareș nu vreau să ieși sus, vreau să mai pe marcaj, nu mai pune la trecut. Ești mai mult în lateral. Give and go! Obligatoriu ca opțiune. În momentul în care ăsta a coborât, hand-off-ul se face deep și din centru, și trebuie să fie la nivelul elbow-ului. Și aici backstream pentru Rareș și post-up. Atenție! Dacă dau ajutor de pe weak side, e variantă și aici. Da? Hai să dăm coș acum, aveți? Mai apărare. Haide, băieți! Doi, trei și... Haide, bă!
So can Romania come again? Just under 3 minutes to go. They trail by 8. Draw the foul immediately out of the timeout. Badju's been very involved today. 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 7 points. Here he is again. Now Georgie. Uta. Good ball movement this. Gives a completely open three for Tudor Georgie. Georgie knocks it down. The lead is back to 5. Just over 2 minutes to go. This is by no means done. 12 three-pointers so far today for Romania. Menko looking to try and cancel out the three from the other end. Weiss brings down the offensive rebounds. Now Mada lines up the mid-range jumper and gets it to go. Big shot really from Mada there. Just to settle the nerves. Georgie, well, he's just made a 3. He's just made another one. It's back-to-back threes for Tudor Georgie. And just like that, we have a 4-point game with 1 minute and 46 seconds to go. Well, even if they don't end up winning this game, Romania, you've got to give them a huge amount of credit for the way that they have battled. $14 points down coming into this final quarter, remember. Just hits the foot. So Israel will keep hold of it. And Weiss makes the layup. That's all they've got to do, Israel. They just take care of their side of the court. Ah, now they've got the steal. Good work from Spencer Weiss. Now Madder just trying to take the sting out of this game. Another one off the foot, so Israel will keep hold of it. Just under 60 seconds to go. Tamir Blatt now. Cohen out to the corner. Good ball movement this from Israel. Out to the corner again, but just too much pace and height on the pass, looking to try and find Tamir Blatt. And they will turn it over here, Israel. So timeout is called. Romania trailing by 6.
Maciucă, Bobe, nu, Marc, Bobe, Rareș, Maciucă. Atenție! Udi, ai răbdare, screen, Bobe, screen pentru Marcu, dublu screen, Marcu, te duci fals aici. Atenție! Bobe, vreau să primești mingea în colț. Tu ești focus la Bobe. Fața la coș o ai în echilibru tragi. Nu te oprești. Udi, imediat după pas, faci cross în viteză, inventă o opțiune, dacă nu, Marcu, te duci departe, Rareș, riscri pentru Marcu. Hai, trei și! Rămânem în presie! Fără!
So what can they draw up here, Romania? Coming right down to the stretch. This game, which didn't look particularly likely at times today. 48 seconds to go. 6-point game. There's a Giorgio, big rejection though. And what a time to find another block. It's a bit of a sucker punch for Romania. And now a trip to the line for Israel. Niculescu called on his 4th foul. And Madder makes both from the line. And will that seal the deal here for Israel? 8-point game, just 26 seconds to go. Here is Badju, and Badju has it stolen. And will that be that? Madder just happy to run the clock down now by the looks of it. Unfortunately for Romania, they tried so hard. They really pushed Israel all the way, but their qualification campaign is over. They had to win here against Israel to stand any chance, but in the end, it does go the way of Israel. It's finished Romania 71, Israel 79. Well, it was always going to be a tough ask for Romania when they saw the group that they were in with Poland and Spain and Israel as well. But it's all a learning curve, and some of their youngsters, the likes of Maciucă especially, really stepped up today. He was magnificent. And the heart that they've shown, the fight that they've shown. When they went 17 points down, it would have been pretty easy for them just to almost throw the towel in, but anything but. And they gave Israel a real game coming down the stretch there. But Israel, they stay perfect. They have played 5, they've won 5 for Israel. Full of confidence right now. And they have one more game still to play, and that will be in a couple of days' time on Sunday. So Israel will take on Spain, and Romania, even though they can no longer qualify through to the final round, they will take on Poland. It's going to be tough to take. So we just have a look at the stats, and Israel, well, other than the three-point shot, that is certainly something that Romania can take a lot of credit. Their three-point shot made 13 of them in total. They had a lot of goes, mind you, 13 from 34, and they rebounded well as well, especially on the offensive end. Plenty of second chance points for the Romanians. But in the end, it's Israel who are just too strong. Machuca was superb. He finished with 18, supported by Popper and Niculescu. And Sorkin, what a game he had. He also finished with 18. So thanks for your company here this evening. I will leave you with the highlights from the second half. And there's plenty more basketball to come as well. Remember, Poland against Spain, the other game in this group. Well, that tips off in just over an hour's time from now. So enjoy that one. And yeah, plenty more basketball to look forward to throughout the whole weekend. But for now, from all of us here in Poland, it's good night.